Hello everybody, thank you for joining me for some more mechanical misadventures. Today, we're going to work on this curb-picked C10 a little bit more. Last time around I was talking about how these are good tractors for mowing and stuff like that, but they're geared just a little too high for snow blowing. Now, I didn't really care because it was 20 bucks, you know, can't go wrong with that, but did a little bit of Black Friday shopping. I went and grabbed a C10A. It's in pretty terrible condition, but it does have the high-low planetary and the con rod isn't snapped, so hey, that's pretty good. So I snagged that, and now we're gonna see if we can A this here C10. And what that involves is taking the extra low range planetary out of the C10A and seeing if it can't fit in here. These vacuum pumps work great on the Gravely's. No messing around having to find a tiny oil pan or getting this thing on a ramp. Just suck it all out.
Singing, pump me boys, let her fly down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your backs and break your bones, it's just a million miles from home.
Once you get a vacuum on this thing, it should actually suck pretty well on its own. Just once it starts going, you gotta do some more. Alright, we're just taking this plate off. This has got a couple of 7/16 mounts on the motor, and then 2 5/8. It's a bit of a pain to get to with a wrench, but once that's done, we just got 2 bolts holding the motor on. Well, everyone, we have reached the find out portion of messing around, and it is, as I feared, not ideal. So this is our C10 engine. This is our C10A engine. You can tell it looks different. I didn't bother to peel the sun gear off of that one, and if I was smart, I wouldn't have bothered to peel the sun gear out of this one either. And the reason why that is you can see this one has a small diameter, 0.75, goes down there, and it widens where it fits that gear. And this one right here, we start off with that 0.75, and not too deep in, it gets larger. So the crankshaft is unique between the C10 and the C10A. That is what this whole experiment has been about, is, you know, are the crankshafts the same so I can swap one pair of gears to the other? And the answer is no. And that leaves me in a bit of a bind, because I know this engine works. This engine does not have a lot on it, but it looks good. It has all the signs that it would work. It's got nice cross hatching, it moves smoothly, it doesn't seem all wallered out. The problem is that engine runs, and this engine has basically nothing that it needs to run. So I'm gonna have to ponder that for a hot minute. Well, regardless of what we end up doing, I want to fish this planetary out. There we go. Whole thing came out. Nice. All right, let's go a little bit over the difference between the C10 or the old Model L Gravely's and C10A and all the newer Gravely's for their high-low planetary. As you can see right away, we got 3 little gears, and here we don't. Truth be told, it's pretty hard to explain how the actual gear reduction works, so we're going to start by just going over the physical differences. So let's take out the sun gear. As you can see, for this 10A, we got this tapered 2-tiered sun gear. And here, there's just one sun gear that goes in the Model L's, right in there. Now we'll take out this carrier. We'll take out a carrier here. We got another one. Next, for the C10A, we've got this here. I'm gonna call it an outer annulus gear. And here we also have an annulus gear. It's got a little taper on it, As you can see, some clutch material adhered to it. That's that red stuff right there. So even though the C10 runs, it's probably a little older. Now here we got the clutch. And now what the clutch does is it alternates between pressing up against, in this case, this annulus, or it presses up against this carrier. And that determines your gear. When you're pressed up against the carrier, what's happening is the carrier isn't going to be able to rotate. So with the carrier not rotating, and instead the annulus will rotate around here, it'll act like spur gears, and that'll be one gear. And then when it clamps onto the annulus will stop rotating, and this carrier will rotate, and then instead of acting like spur gears, it'll act like a normal planetary. So we'll save that for now. We'll pull the clutch out on this C10A. This clutch is cherry. It's worth a $10 tractor right there. Here's where we're starting to get into differences. We have this planetary carrier that comes out, and as you can see, the gears don't grab onto the planetary. There's nothing on the carrier. Here, the clutch can grab onto the carrier, but it doesn't. This one has one set where it acts like spur gears, and the other set acts like planetaries. This one, as you can tell by our second annulus gear, acts like two planetary gears in each gear. Or it acts like a planetary gear in each gear. It's tough to actually show the reduction unless you've got it on some kind of stand, which I don't have, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. Either way, those are the physical differences that you'll see between the C10A and the C10. Hopefully that's informative. Well, the good news is that you can get that planetary in there. Just takes a little bit of doing, kind of like all these planetaries do, but there it is. So we're looking good. Now I'll worry about the engine. Hello everybody. You might not believe it, but the C10A gears are in this C10 now for the extra low range snow blowing. Sorry I didn't film it. I was in the zone. And why? Because we had snow in the forecast. And all of that is piled up outside. We've got about 4 inches, but I'm ready. Lady. Hi. Mr. Wiggles. There he is. Are you ready to witness this, Wiggles? All right, don't fail me now. I was sure to open the fuel tank this time too. Look at that. I think I went for it a little too much. So that was a lot of fun. This is the most amount of snow we've gotten since I got this Hamel. I started with the Gravely's after the 4 foot of Christmas snow, and this thing was a hammer. It was a lot of fun. So I went from dreading the snow to actually looking forward to the snow. And if that's not like a marketing tagline for a snowblower, then I don't know what is. So there we go. This thing was pretty good with the 10A gears. It slowed it right down. It ate through this like really powdery 4 inches of snow, no problem. Overall, I'd call that a success, and you'll be seeing more of me when there's more of the snow. Shoots.